Alright, I know I'm doing this, but I feel like it. This is my boy Quinny. This is like, I want to say like 1800, 1900. It's high silver, but I don't know. I just feel like VOD reviewing for whatever reason. So, let's go on with it. I don't know what a bit, because I don't remember that. So I'll wait till like right before this, so we can pause. At least before that, well, hand positioning. It's really easy. Like if you're going for a nade, this is an okay spot, but it's also kind of risky because you know people like to widow. Okay, cares about that. Let's look at comps. Okay, so you have, I can see the top off here. So when you're playing Ana, one thing you want to know is what your other support is, and obviously your nano targets. So your other support's a Mercy. Right, usually that means you can heal less, DPS more, or no, what am I saying? That means you have to heal more, that's what I mean. Because most of the time they're going to be focused on, you know, people like the Kree, damage resisting fire strikes, you know, stuff like that. And they're, you know, they're only top off people, and you'll be more focused on the tanks. But since this is defense Dorado, you'll probably be using your nades more offensively. And kind of, you and Mercy will probably, you know, be pretty split. It's not really one healing more. So it's kind of just how it plays out. But usually most people in this rank, they kind of just heal bot. They don't really damage boost stuff. They don't know their team's cooldowns, you know, such as fire strikes and whatnot, or you know, high charges Arias. But you know, you don't really need to worry about that in this rank when you're playing Ana. It's kind of just do your thing. Don't worry about the other support. But if we're talking about nano targets for this team, pretty much everyone here is really good. Reinhardt's obvious. Zarya with decent charges will always be good. Even Kree and Tracer with no ults are really good as well. So you have really good options for nano targets and fights. Positioning, I wouldn't go here because it's super risky. Obviously, there's the main LOS here. You know, people don't run Widow anyway, but I wouldn't go here. There's the little cheeky spot that everyone knows about right here, where you can throw a nade, Ryan's will throw fire strikes here. Everyone will always shoot a shot here, maybe get some ult charge. It's the perfect angle, but apparently no one knows about it over here. Let's go back to you. Oh god, where am I at? Right. So you probably go for a nade here, but let's see how that goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these two are also using. So you know you have soldier here, but as you're walking, you don't want to just not look at anything while you're walking. It's good to look at them, just so you can get more information. Because obviously it hasn't been enough time yet. You don't know what their comp is. But if you were, you know, if you're just backtracking instead of, you know, just looking straight, right? The odds of that soldier killing you are really low. So obviously you could get information while you're retreating. But so it seems that only 3 people are on cart. But anyways, you'll probably see it over here anyway. I am pressing the wrong button. Shields here, so it's going off under on the right. About this better nade angles. If you heard the Genji, he wasn't here. He had no threat, right? You can go over here for a much better nade angle than just walk right back to safety. But you know, the nade on Ryan, that's fine, right? But you know that could easily got blocked. What the heck is this? Honestly, I wouldn't be trying to heal at all. Honestly, I'd be looking for just only getting nades and looking for off-angle shots on the team. Just divert all the damage away from here, and maybe just go for nades, and maybe get the attention of, you know, the other DPS. So again, he's not because you'll never have to use sleep. There's an okay sleep. And that was okay either. Okay, but you know, you're kind of just standing around. Like you're not really going for anything. But the thing is, the moment you use your sleep, you should start retreating back to your team. You've done that, throw a nade back to your team. You should not have it up here. Had this Genji been sentient or this BAP, you would probably take a lot of damage. Most likely die. But you shouldn't retreat. You got anti for it. I would, once your team's healthy here, which about now, I would go back up here since this is still a good angle. Genji hasn't threatened you a single time yet, so I would abuse this high ground as much as you can until you lose first point. Because the high ground is super important. Could have done a bit earlier, get my bad. That's fine. So when fights finish like this, you always want to go back to it. Always want to go back. Look for an angle. How far back? Okay, that's good. So look for an angle to set up. Obviously, you want to go back here. This gives you place to, offing goes down here, over here. Go for a nade. People like to walk up here when carts pass there. Up here gives you vision of, not their spawn. And there's only, one threat that could get you, and that's Genji. And he hasn't shown it once. And as long as you keep sleep dart up, you should be fine. No, this hold is really strong. Here is reach position. Staying down here gives you a lot. That's right. Going for a nade such as this is super dangerous. Because again, you should not be position. Little ball thing. Kind of a slide though. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll let it slide. But most supports just waste their ults at the end of the fight. And also, you should have died at the very start there. So here, this is what you should be doing. You should be repositioning to attack. So you make it on tanks, something goes on there's tanks, go for a sleep. Nade, just like that. This is a part where mechanics come into play a lot. So once you're under threat, you should stop. Hard scoping. You should only, well, it's just actually in general, you shouldn't hard scope at all really. But you should always be making use of your full movement and not making it slowed by scoping. You should only be going for like quick scopes. You should only hard scope if you really need to hit a shot. Okay, just like this, it took way too much damage. And you're lucky at emergency. Typically, they have multiple people. Just like that. Make the shot. 3 here is a quick shot. Don't be in the window. That's fine. Some obvious mistakes here, but okay, well, I didn't hear anytime you're low on a support or anything, I would always, I don't know where the Mercy was actually, I'm kind of just not paying attention. I don't think she's in spawn. No, she was right here. You're probably gonna get rezzed, but you should always be starting at anything when you're low. You never when you're not really under any immediate danger, you can take your time. You don't need to rush. This is a really good angle to avoid hog hook. You really don't need it. Nade. Whip. I'll leave I will for a on there. Let's see if he takes it out. Hey, what the heck happened this round? This game's so long. Yeah, this is fun. Just thing up here. Had almost no threat everywhere. It's also 5 seconds. No even mercy there, so you can use it. They shouldn't have you sleep there. Kind of just like, you always want to have a purpose when you want to sleep, right? What the heck? Okay, I know that's a thing. But like, what are you looking for when you sleep here? Obviously, the big thing I want you to try and sleep Ryan, but like your Ryan doesn't even have shatter. So the only thing you really should be looking for are like antis and nanoing someone. But you want to save your sleep for, you know, maybe should their soldier ult, which he might use kind of close, or Genji should he dive anyone, and he also has blade. Maybe wouldn't hug hooks, but there's a lot of things you could be using your sleep for. So just throwing it out. Genji blade, and you already need that. But you did. You probably would have. Here, I don't care about this fight. Goes on. I'm just looking for. Oh, you always want to pay attention to your cooldowns. And know why we have one. It's really useful just to know what your cooldowns are. Nade angle though. Obviously, you need to practice like nade mechanics and sleep mechanics. Just in general. There's easy ways to do that. Risky, peeking windows are risky. Just like that. Jumps on, lost, left, about 4 seconds ago. So, kinda what the heck is this? Wait, you should have backed out, right? But you would have died anyway when you peeked. So regrouping here, there's really oh god, okay, so there's really easy positions for Ana. The second point's also really good. It's not just really good for Ana in general on defense. So so when they're moving towards here on the streets, you have obvious angles on the high ground up here, or here are also really good for cheeky nades. And then when it finally gets to here, you can move back here, which is a super safe position. And there's not much that can really threat you when you're up here, but I do want to see where you go. And I hope it's not the low ground. Because like for soldier to come get you, he has to go all up these stairs, kind of like this hog did. But you know he's jumping down. The only person that can really get you easily is Tracer, but I doubt Tracers know how to get up here using this ledge. So you really have no threat on their team, and any of the threat that can come, you would hear it, such as soldier sprinting. But this is obviously, you know, probably one of the worst positions you could be in here. You know, you're super susceptible to this high ground over here. You won't hear anyone coming up the stairs over there. You have no angles on their team. It's just in general a really bad position. This Tracer doesn't have to do anything. Come on, and you're just so while she's on you. Honestly, before healing your Kree, I would try and see this Tracer first. Staying so close. Right here. That kind of just got you killed. Right, Kree has no threat on him. It's on you. There's no need to really heal him. That one shot was fine. That one shot was fine. Then you want to go for sleep on Tracer. And even then, you should be having all your attention on Tracer anyway, and not your Kree. But anyways, all that could have been avoided if you weren't on this low ground here. Jesus. If you weren't on this low ground. If you were here, Tracer couldn't get you. If you're up here, she couldn't get you either. But, you know, this position is just in general really bad. And kind of like, you know, what value you bring here, you know. There's a hard nade angles, you're just shooting a shield. Nice wasted sleep. Right, you have the hog. Kind of force something around your Rhine. You could be going for angles, for nades. Every nade you've done is a wall, cart, or a shield. Like, you could be getting so much more value out of the nade. Just going high ground. Nice grab. Just wasted. Just grab. Got mine. Sleep. Good sleep. A big grenade. Die. But like, even here, even like if you're super pushed up, like going over here for going for a cheeky nade here, or I want to go around all the way over here. It's kind of risky, and also don't worry about that. But even this is like, you know, this is not far at all. Just go for a nade here, and also even if they do start pushing from, you know, from main, pushing your team, we can go over here. You can go under, maybe so you have a view of your team, or go up here so you have more, you know, more high ground, more angles. Like, you're not using this map to its advantage at all. Brianna. You can't really. Decent nade, push it back off. Fine. You don't see. Here's like, there's no need to hard scope all this. Like, there's no threat. There's no threat to him. He's, you know, trying to let you heal him. Staying hard scopes limits your vision, limits your movement, and you have no idea what's going on here while you're shooting him, right? So, really, you just want unscope or quick scope, you know, a shot. You know, take a shot here, look back up here, see what's going on. Right? You're losing bottle. That was not good nade. You never want a nade to make up for bad aim, right? If your aim's bad, you miss a shot. That's too bad, right? Whatever. Like, if there's no threat and you don't need a nade them, they wouldn't die if they get the nade. Just primary fire them. There's no need to nade them just because you have bad aim. Right. A nade would have probably hit the hog. Then it works out. It's just bad position. Right. You really could have just ignored the stretcher and pushed your team, because she would have to back out anyway. Even if she wouldn't coach something. But no, it's fine. Your mercy flowers. Kinda didn't do much. But still, the moment you nano, you kinda wanna do a comment back on that actually. Now this was a good reaction. Right? Tracer. You're Rhine ulting. And you kind of team does everything for you. You kind of just netted an AFK there. That's gonna happen. Now here, like, unsure what you're doing here. You're kind of just, you know, team fights over. You're kind of just walking around. What the heck is that? Oh, but you know, there's so many things you could be doing, right? Over here, like there's nothing wrong with just going up. Just a little bit, just to get a peak of ult charge. For minimal ones. Even like where your Korean merchants, right? This is fine, but kinda, this is like just super passive, like a lot of value. Also, the point of you know, looking at someone through a wall that you can't hit. It's kind of some concept of staying scoped in, kind of tunnel visioning super hard. Like shit, like one, a knowledge map is bad. You know there's a mega here, so you just kind of need to look at him. Also, there's no threat since he's on the inside. Kind of no need to even look at him at all. And while that's happening, your team, your Rhine, insta dice. Bad awareness. Nade, the moment you use your cooldown. You gotta get out. Your main tank's already died. You should you got it. I mean, it's okay. But like, if you're just gonna hard retreat and ignore your team, just commit to it. There's no point turning around. Like you could have been looking at your team, maybe throwing a shot here, right? Because maybe they would have lived. But being the moment that window came out, I don't think you could do. You should have just started running. There's no reason to turn around. Like, you could have just instead of. This isn't a bad angle, but I'd go on the high ground first before you go here. You cry on the roof far enough. Like where the soldier is. I want to go there. Go first. But no, he's already up there. Your team has to go back now. The only people we can deal with them are junk, or you go and do test them. This is not a good turn at all. Okay, one. You should have just been waiting on his body to nade anyway. The moment you sleep, you should have walked up. Get to the right. The moment you sleep in here, you should know your nade will come up by the time he wakes up. But you stalled for too long. You woke up. You weren't able to get the free shot, and he kind of just murdered you. This is kind of just bad. Really bad. You could. Had you just gotten the free shot on him and the nade, probably would have been able to kill him. Also, you would have been a lot closer to him, so it wouldn't taken him a lot longer to kill. Also, you kind of just got your mercy killed. So you can't just do the fight, but that's what I figured. Nade. Nano up here. That's okay. Nano, but I kind of wasn't really engaging. Even if I ran through that, kind of, it takes something to process there. I mean, overall an okay round, but you're kind of inting by not making use of this map.
Score 0対2サイドを交代します。マッチを開始します。準備完了.
So you were not attacking. We're in double bubble, which, I mean, comps really don't matter in this rank. Kind of anything can work, because everyone's bad. Bastion, a Moira. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here, you can obviously, well, you can't see the deep. Kind of get a peek who's on the high ground. Like, this is there. Maybe that would hit. But kind of just shady to play on KarQ. Kind of what you want to do here, just play safe and don't die. Playing out in the open, you should always never play out in the open like this. Always don't play on these corners, inside here, behind KarQ, over here. Never don't play out in the open, especially against, you know, an entire team on the high ground. F3. Over here is fine. Kind of, since you know they're all on the high ground and KarQ's moving, you can kind of rotate through the building or rotate over here. While your team's pushing KarQ, someone's bound to grab. Kind of here. Okay, going around here is fine. Let's drop, go there. So tell you're like a little slow to recognize like once you have the
かすり傷だ
advantage,
すぐ治る
and when you should start holding and pressing up with the chain. Like, the moment your DPS gets these 2 kills, it's pretty obvious. There's no reason to play passive here, right?
大した怪我じゃない
Yeah, get your monkey kills. That's fine. Pushing guard's fine. Kind of your job.
その癒して
Don't let your team push up more. You can go with them.
ペイロードチェックポイントに到
I think I have to put more in my card, I guess. Kind of just looking at your team is kind of no point, right? They're all full health. What you can only think in here shooting is Diva, right? But like, looking at their team, like going up your creep with here, pushing up, going for an angle, over here, going for a cheeky nade, maybe like right here or something. Like, there's not really much I can kill you, unless you know just insta die to Junkrat from some random thing, or Diva dives you and you get 0 help from your team. That's kind of it though. That's unlikely to happen. Kind of just staying here. Like, there's no need to play passive 100% of the time. He's like learning when to recognize when you can play aggressive, when to push up.
次の時間だ
Like, this is okay, but like, you have no vision or no information on the enemy team. This is super expensive. That was a good attempt of trying to push it. Should went up a little more. So hitting the wall here, but it definitely antied him. But that was a good attempt. Also another point, you know. Recognize when you have the advantage. You shouldn't be scoped in playing defensive at all. You should be pushing up with your team.
これで回復するがいい
Kind of just need. And even here, like while your team's winning has the advantage, you can go up here and make use of this high gun, control this high gun. I mean, there's an Ana up here, but you don't know that yet. You know, making use, like, see, like, where your Kree is, your Kree recognizes it instantly. Hey, look who it is. Oh, God. Okay. So you want to always try to control position right when you get advantage when you want to fight. Staying on the low ground is the worst thing you can do.
痛みを知れ好機はいいな強化完了力を見せてやれとっておき
Okay. Diva bomb, sorry. You play Diva. You should know where they go when you see them shoot off.
痛みを知れ好機はいいな強化完了力を見せてやれとって
No, it's obvious it's going this way. So, only options for cover would be probably maybe cart or here. Which here would guarantee, since there's like a little box here, but that was just really bad awareness and or reaction.
強化完了力を見せてやれとっておき
Oh, a little too far. Bad nade. Ability mechanics are really something you need to work on. Like that, like seeing that end up there, you never went up there. Seeing that defense. Pick, retreat for the support. This is like another thing of ability usage. You're kind of just throwing it out with no purpose. You know, you're just hoping it hits someone. You don't even have anyone you want to hit. You're just hoping it hits someone, right? This is really bad ability usage. Also, I mean, there's nothing really about that. He could just follow you, but unless he's really going for you, you could just hit.
私は
But
諦
it was
めが
lost
悪
anyway,
く
so
て
it
ね
doesn't matter. It's probably switching, hopefully. Switch. I'd focus on the critical people first when it's skirmishing. Your monkey, but He kind of ended up there anyway. But maybe he could have gotten it. You heard the widow shot. It's, I mean, you probably know where she is, but it's always risky to be hard scoped in, because she could see distance anywhere. This is fine, you know. Waiting for you to get back, focus on the high ground, decently safe position. This is okay. Unsure what your team's doing, but it's fine. There's a mini in that room. You should kind of shoot the wall. There's a mega right next to you. Seems you don't have good map knowledge either. Sleep. Even if you hit that sleep, there's no follow up. Kind of you nade them, but your team just kind of have no team. Just split. Walking up to it. Interesting thought process. But kind of, your team's all over the place. You have no idea what to do. I can understand that. But maybe you shouldn't walk up to the right hard. Probably learn where health packs are on the map. Because I figured you did that. Still going in the same spot. Teams are pushing right, but maybe you can do something. Maybe they won't look at you and you can just cheat the anti off. They have walls, just be careful to peek. You're one of the main targets. Never try to nade up. I just nano him. The moment you saw him critical fighting. Really looking good. That's what it's all top. Kind of contributed nothing to that. Like, I just trying to look back and see how much you did. No, maybe too far. You kind of poked at the diva while she's remecking. She probably just got the health back. She did get the health back. Trapped out from Mookie. Widow didn't even look at you while you're up there. Here's Zarya up. Gets the nade. Missed the shot. Didn't nano him. Didn't. Hiding from a bomb that would kill you if you're in plain sight. Reloading. And anti-ing after too. Okay, I mean, anti was good, but you kind of contributed absolutely nothing to the fight. Right? If you were in the game, they would have Another prime example. Recognize when you have advantage. Now, I don't know where this grab's going to go. Huge grab. But she got the nano, it's good. But your positioning. Oh, it's right here. It's fine. Zarya's positioning is unfortunate. That was a good surprise, but you managed to do a shot. Unfortunate. Your team kind of just goes. But you would have better angles if you kind of just went up here. Now, even if you didn't go, or if you did go up here, your team probably would have died instantly because they decided to push up to their spawn. But I would say that'd be their fault, not your issue. Was it that? So it's pretty regardless. Should just be running. I would have got out. What is going on? This is like this is like the most bronze thing ever. You are looking at the ground. Really? This is what can you see? Nothing. You're not even looking up a little bit. But your team's kind of winning, so whatever. Just push card, I guess. Like you see how you're tanking up there? Like you should be up there. It's a bad angle for you, right? Yeah. Really important ability usage. Like you kind of not trying to time it with fire strikes. You're counting the bubbles.
私が見守っている
You're just throwing it out and hoping it hits. I mean, sure, hit his shield down, but
これで回復するんだ
you want to do it when there's times where he's locked, you know, like a fire strike or a charge.
残り60秒
Dude, this mission, you're like in the middle of literally everything. Like this is the, you know, the worst position you could be in. Like you could be back here, except for the Rhine. Granted, your monkey's going in, so probably here would be a better position, or you know, the obvious thing, the high ground. But that's, you know, it would have taken too long because you've been here for too long. Yeah, Nade, your team bailed you out. It's fine.
お互いに治療開始する
Sleep, obviously, sleep on her. Nice. Fortunate.
残り30秒
The whole time it's too like, kind of like pulling apart, still playing that.
これで回復する
Like I don't know how you managed to live this long. Kind of, the moment you know these tanks have spawned back in, you should not be on cart.
治療開始
You shouldn't have ever been on cart. Now, there's so many better positions you could be in. This whole point could have been up here, where the tracer's no threat. You have whole angle on the entire point. You have anti-nade spots up here. You're not in the middle like this, in between all the damage. Like this is why, you know, your value falls off. Because you're dying a lot. You're wasting your resources. You're having to deal with unnecessary engagements in this tracer. You're getting shattered for no reason because you're in a bad position. And you just can't win it.
残り10秒
And that's kind of lost. No, so there's a lot of really obvious mistakes. Sleep dart and nade usage are obviously like really bad, like horrendously bad. Map positioning, map awareness is horrible. But that kind of ties in, you know. You don't really understand how to use the nade very well, so you don't kind of think of how to use the map to your advantage. You kind of just throw it out when the opportunity comes. Those are probably the most prominent things. Obviously, your aim is okay. It's workable. It's actually good enough for this rank. But what I say? It's it's better for this rank than what I'd say. But the very obvious things. Nano usage is okay. There's a couple times where I wouldn't have nanoed or I would have nanoed, but it's kind of like on the fly. It's kind of hard to figure that out. It'll come with time. But nade usage is generally not good. You wasted probably half your nades. Sleep dart, you probably wasted about 80% of your sleep darts. So that's really bad. You're kind of getting no value out of your abilities. Your positioning, like you play super passive, and just so kind of like, I guess you can kind of just stay in a safe position to heal, but half the time you're not even in a good position. You're not taking advantage of the map at all. Which I kind of hear. Right? I kind of skipped it on the point, but this is generally a good safe position for your team. But you have no angles for the team, no angles to anti. Actually, you throw a sleep dart when you have no angle to sleep dart. You know, hits a wall, as you can see. But you know, it's kind of just how you play. But while I do that, I want to go over mine where I played Anna and kind of show you how to position.
ボルスカヤインダストリーに移動します
Ugh.
準備完了
There we are.
オムニックによる被害の後
So Volskaya is a really good map for Anna. Much like Dorado. Both on attack and defense. She has really good safe spots, good angles. Defense is what she has best though. But here, so I have Ryan Zarya. Those are obvious nano targets. Kree Genji both really good. So you can obviously have Nano Blade. Kree can one shot. A lot of really good nano targets, right? So there's nothing to think about worrying about. Kind of just don't want someone on the fly. And I realize I'm looking at the wrong team. I'm kind of stupid. Okay. Anyways. Ryan Diva. Diva general isn't good. Kind of, her damage is too inconsistent, but in the right situation it can be good. But I'd put her like a yellow. But Ryan, Genji, Tracer, all really good. Zen's good. It's situational, but his damage is good enough. So you can kind of just nano him if you want to get an ult. So here, typically I don't peek at the very start. I'll wait like a second or two. Kind of like this. We had a deep win. And I got shot. It happens. So here, team sets up. I got to go for right safe position. Right? Because people hold here, they have entire angle over here. I always opt for going right. It's much safer. Wrong Ana. Right, I can stay here. Ryan gets crit. I'm in a safe spot. I can shoot him up. Passive AFK farm. Still on my Genji. I know Genji. I know about him. I just wait for an opportunity. That's kind of all you have to do. Right? Save my abilities, fine. Go. Fine. I did kind of look at him a little too long. That could have created opening to push on our right. But kind of worked out because he had the other tank with him. He would keep appeal, which is really good. But it works out, right? So we end up with a pick. Someone goes on point. This gives us a really push. So I nade animation cancel, just gonna rally out of it. I need to heal him up. Fight. No, I get nano in 45 seconds. So here I can catch nano wherever. I forgot what alpha. I think alpha we just made it. Oh god, these colors are clear. Let me change these. 140. Okay. My lord, this is horrible. Okay. Sorry. I just need to do this. It's really annoying.
ボルスカヤインダストリー準備完了
There you go. Fight. But opted to hold nano. Figured the fight was just the picks we had on. I always go for cheeky nades like that. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll hit. But I just didn't want his downtime, nothing to do. So here, go in this fight, you have nano, look how close your other team, your team is to ults. So we're really close to a shatter, so Ren's a good target. Genji's close to a blade. Trisha has bomb, she's gonna be doing her own thing, probably won't have to worry about her. But Ryan and Genji are gonna be your main targets here. Here, this is fine. This is a little risky, what I'm doing, right? Because the rank kind of just walk up and swing. But I know for a fact he doesn't have shatter, so I don't mind. Nade, obviously. I see that they use nade and misses my Ryan. That's when I go for nade. He kind of gets confused. My nade, I kind of just hope that nade hits their Ryan, which is kind of my fault on me. Nade, but actually going through a window. Good. See, this is where retreat while you want to try and keep your team up while you're retreating. You don't need to turn around and try and avoid stuff when you're probably not the main threat. Or main person. See, they back off and you're able to go back in. Help other people. I kind of just sit there. That's safe, but me not hitting anything doesn't really change anything because I don't really need much for it anyway. So I know where their Genji is, I know where my team is. I expect them to be in that corner. I missed anyway, doesn't matter. But team controls here. So kind of just playing in a safe position to where saving your cooldowns to where you have to make sure you have the least amount of threat, least likely you are gonna die. That's your goal when you're playing Ana. The less you die, the more value you get out of everything. Out of your heals, out of your antis, out of your... What is it called once on your team? Whatever. Out of your needs on your team, out of your sleep guards. Here's the first. Him, hopefully hit him. Sleep. Unfortunately, get kind of weird position here. He's dying. I'm forced to back out. Alright, unfortunately, win, but good checks. And I lived. And run it back up. And again, this is where you should be pressing tab. You should be looking at what you're close to. Again, just tracer, so we kind of just nail it right here. AFK nail it right here. Figure it out. Kill the ult. That's all I can do. Sleep. I'm sure you can get off of it. Have a nade to follow up. Not really good. Here, just find a safe spot. Check up. Right here. I kind of want to be wary of the threat. Grab or why I'm playing this threat. I'm playing just a little off from my team, so it's either they go for me or they go for my team. She fought away, unfortunate. Kind of playing in a weird spot, but. Then I opt to just try and live through it. Okay, I would not recommend doing this. I kind of did this because I knew if I went out main, I would have died. So I kind of banged on the not win. But it takes a little bit, but I get out. And also while I'm doing this, I can give my team information. Peeking it is risky, but hey, it's a good tracer. And once I knew tracer was there, diverted their attention, it gave me the time I needed. I could go. And tracer just obvious. I guess there was another. I mean, dying probably wouldn't have mattered if I didn't beat my team, but I wouldn't recommend it. I finally make use of this angle. Against competition, I wouldn't do that. I don't opt to go for it because I can back out. Force the beat ups. But here's the part. They recognize me back out. Next spot. Opt to save the nade for the Lucio instead of the Diva, since I know I can hit Diva and she's not going to get it. And that gives us the Lucio. Alright, save you. That's why you always want to save your abilities for any threats that come to you, instead of kind of just wasting them when you don't need them. I didn't back front anyways. Can I get on? But here, like, I haven't died a single time. I have full uptime of when I can heal, when I can throw, get an anti off, get a nade off, sleep dart, and just full back, far from perfect. Tracer gets 2. I do my full commit to everything, and just press that. Position is okay. Not a lot of threats to you. They have a full commit, away from your team if they want to kill you. This is kind of where you want to be in general, this area. Crouch can get fine. They didn't hit him, but kind of like where this support positioning is where you kind of want to be. Since they're trying to stall point, they have to divert their attention away from the point to to kill me, to kill our Zen, or the soldier on high ground. This is all really good positioning here. There's kind of not much I can do there. I can't just get free break. Now defense is where I don't really shine. Ana has a lot of really good positions here. She can play super offensive, kind of like opposite of how she's attacked. You kind of have to play a little defensive and wait for an opportunity. Defense, you have a lot of really good angles, really good spots to play, where you can get the anti off and set up for your team. So I think I don't know the nade spot is for this map, so I just do the fire strike spot. But you know, I mean it works out. I had no view of anyone. I don't think it's gonna hit anyone. I don't remember who it hits. It hits 3. And I obviously know the one left, on that door, so I play up here, go for a nade above the shield. Anti, that gives option for our Genji. Always like you want to take note of where the rest of your team positions as well when you're going for these antis. So obviously, you know, Ryan can kind of push a little bit, but it's a little hard to speed off Lucio. But you can see our Genji's being a little sneaky here, right? So you can kind of do his thing. Like once the anti goes off, he dashes straight in. He does for flag. He might die, I think, because he saw the abilities. Yeah. You get the point. Set up your team. Anyways, let me go back to me. I do want to see how that plays out. Genji trades some Kree. Like, I go for the anti, but now I know that I don't have that ability. I kind of just play around what Call of Duty go for. So instead of just Ryan pushing up, kind of play defensive, keep him up. Which really, our Ryan should have won it more. Because of Genji engaged. Fine. Opposite the anti. Instead of just trying to hard heal Genji, that's good to me. So, you know, I know that I'm not going to get shot. I can hit her easily. I don't need to waste nade here. This opportunity here, I see you have, you know, I can heal my Rhine and anti them. Get huge value after even knows to engage. Rhine still dies, but it's so hard to keep him alive. Here's no threat. You can try to scope here. I'm going back in the same spot. Go for a cheeky nade. Real charge. A little risky. I could have died there, but he almost was shot. Again, I go for sleep. I'm not really paying time to autopilot. Unfortunate. Try to keep against him. This is super risky. Right now I can kind of back myself out. Hard for them to push because we have a sim. So right when they push is a good time for me to engage with stuff like re-engage using Nano on my 9. Unfortunately, the rest of the team uses a bunch of ults. And I just need to back out. I don't opt to try and stall. I did want to go for moral charge, she killed charge, but great was there. So they first point, they rush on, right like it's a little risky. They're pushing really hard, so trying to reposition here is might be a bad idea. That was a bad move by me. I have a cooldown, so engage here. What I can really do is here is the second panel and the rest. Watch out. Here, this is a fight, I can position, I can push up, I'll charge. On high ground. Here's a good spot. I can go for cheap shots on so you can get ult charge. There's the shield there. Nade all of it back over. That's why I mean I can just play like that. While they're setting up, I can just go to the high ground, get a bit of angle. And this spot's really good for Ana because you have the right side here you can retreat to. You have this entire platform you can play on. You have over here should you need a different angle. And here's really safe because you have view of the entire point. Here you have the entire point and where they're coming from, where everyone's gonna be attacking from. So that's just really good in general. Nothing. I need myself. I'm trying to up this time of support. If I know they're not gonna push this through the pick. Can't charge for a nade. My goal there is to try and hit. And or Zard, push it back off. Low health, I don't notice it. But either using nade himself here would be good, so we don't need it because we're not pushing it. Alright, so I'll probably get it. Pushing here is a little hard, and I did push for a bit. So I don't know, I just save my abilities here. I would save my abilities here. I know there's a Widow dies on the right, so position. I know they're going to do it right now. Perfect positioning. So Widow dies, they get a pick. They're most likely going to push in, and you can see, well I can see where she died, but she died on here on the right. So if she died here on the right, then they could probably go up here and flank me. So that's why I opted. Move over. Also moving over here gives you a good angle. You can see here, because you know they're going to flank from here. Their team's pushing in, so, and they probably didn't notice you go over here, because, you know, silver players. But that gives you an angle on them. Going for an anti. Alright, it's a shatter. I got a free anti on both. Sorry, and Mercy. Got free nano on my Rhine. And we just put the fight. I can catch up here. He holds, I'm pretty sure he holds it. Letting the time everyone can see it. I can kind of step there for free. He drops, so I know I can step here. He's no threat. Well, it's not easy. And just taking advantage of high ground on this map and just really positioning to just avoid any sort of interaction that would put threat to you. It gives you full space to use focus on your kit. Which I'm playing, you know, far from everything. This shows like how much value you get when you don't die and you're able to use it. That was kind of just cheeky, right? Cheeky still. I didn't expect anything to happen. Over here, again, my team, like, the other team commits ults, my team starts losing, I reposition. Their attention is probably going to go off of, you know, them and it's finally onto me. So I go here, they don't know I'm here. So, typically, I don't like to stall when, you know, I like to stall when it gets right to the last second, because most of the time I'm my team. Cages, maybe we'll move over. Maybe we'll use this little room here, just to position. Maybe we'll retake. We're able to retake because I let us out. Nade up, get anti off. This high ground here just so tough right now, just because the angles it gives, the safety it gives you. I mean, it really depends on the comp you're playing it too, but you know, just the fact that you're playing up there, they need to divert their attention away from your team, or if they're playing, you know, something that can go up here, use resources to get up here. So there's, you know, always want to take advantage of these maps. Here, I look up here to see the threats, but down here my team's their team's pushing, so I can anti. I could have antied people behind them, but I think anti the Rhine's more valuable. Right, but I don't hit my Rhine, which isn't good. He's worse on stage. Yeah, so I stand for position, you know, wait for my crossfire. Anti. laser push up mid. Well, they can kind of still go anyway.
残り30
Here.
英雄は死なず
Real skirmishy, just hoping things work out.
回復は任
Which
せる
it does.
残り10秒
So there, use nade. I want to stay up because I have nano.
強化完了力を見せ
Turns
て
out
や
I'll
れ
apply it, give it a ride.
若者に
This
与え
fight's
る
kind of just one, doesn't matter.
疲れが顔に出ているぞ
And that's GG. So that's kind of, you know, it's not perfect, but it's kind of like how you want to use the maps, that last point is how you want to use the map's positioning to your advantage. Or use, you know, good high ground and angles to your advantage. Well, Sky is really good for Ana, but honestly, I think there are others that are better.
痛みなしでご機
But, you
嫌
know,
よ
learning when to recognize your position, you know, what's going on
回復を要請
with
す
the
る
team, you know, how close you can, you know, tracking ult, it's all stuff, you know, that come with time. But this is kind of just, I'd say, just positioning-wise of what you should be doing. Because that's one of your main problems. You know what you really should be working on.
援護を頼むけ
Positioning your ability to enjoy the challenge. But I think this game kind of shows
疲れ
pretty
が
well
顔
how you
に
should
出
be.
ているぞ
It's like my sleeps and needs just weren't the worst.
そなた痛みに強い方
Sort of, you know, like throwing a nade like that, right? Kind of, you did that a lot. But the thing is, the reason I did it here is because I knew I wouldn't need it by the time next one came up. That's kind of the only time you really can do nades like that. But you kind of do it, you know, in the middle of fights, when, you know, there's better situations where you can do it.
援護するぞ
But okay, I think I got my point through, and I think that's a good place to end off. Oh my god, it's been an hour. Huh. Actually, okay, well. Bye bye.